know what time it is, man. Kenny Hawardaway is back.
Hey, what's up, y'all? I'm editing the video and I realized that it was picking it up from the wrong microphone. It was picking it up from my camera microphone for some reason. I promise for episode 2, it will be with the real good mic. So just bear with me for today's episode. The next episode we'll be right back into it. I promise.
Kenny Hawardaway existed on NBA 2K20 and he did his thing. You know, it was in some rough situations, but we had to put the series on hold because at the end of the day, 2K20 was kind of trash. Well, with this new next-gen stuff, my career seems to be different. Different story. You telling me I can play for a G League team? Sure, let's do it. Now, also with NBA 2K21, there's not as many limitations when creating your player, so I can really go out and create the Kenny Hawardaway that I want. Now, if you follow me on twitch.tv/KLT4Q, you know that we created a My Player together. That's not what we're playing with today. That build was trash. I am really putting the time in to create a build that I think is going to be fun for me to play in my career and for you to watch in my career. But one thing is staying the same. Kenny Hawardaway will be a small forward, and he will be a facilitating small forward. It's just in my DNA to get my teammates involved. So before we go over to the My Player builder, be sure to spam that like button because we are back, baby. Again, at the end of the day, I'm creating a build that I think is going to be fun. Do not expect me to come out here and create this is not the perfect build. This is not a build I'm creating to hit the park. This is not a build I'm creating to hit the rec or pro-am. Sure, we might do that. We might have some fun there, but the sole intention for right now is to have some fun on my career. Keep that in mind, okay? So as I mentioned earlier, we are going back with our small forward position. I really had a lot of fun when it came to the small forward position, especially as a point forward, being bigger and being able to ball handle was something I really enjoyed. We are staying left-handed because in real life, you know what I'm saying? I got that left-handed jumper. And we always will wear the number 13 if we have the choice to. What I am thinking is that we stay 6'7". Now, the reason I want to stay 6'7" is because the ball handling goes down significantly if we make him 6'8", and we want to have at least 80 ball handle because I want to have some fun out there and make some people fall, and you need at least 80 to do that. When it comes to his weight, I'm cool with keeping it around 215. I think they got it right. And then the wingspan, I do want to be a plus defender, so I'm not going to minimize his wingspan so he can have a 95.3. That's not super important to me. So I think when it comes to his body settings, they did it right, except for the fact that he's built. I won't go slight or compact like last year because he just felt like a little boy. When I was guarding LeBron, I felt like I wasn't going to be able to do it because he was so skinny. So instead, I think we just going to go solid. The 5 make me look kind of swole, but I'm thinking like I'm a 19-year-old player out here. So I'm going solid, and the rest of the measurements I'm keeping the same. Now, the attributes. This is the most nerve-wracking, anxiety-inducing part of 2K is creating the perfect build. And it gets even worse now because last year they gave you basically 6 options, right? It was 6 pie charts. You got to pick one of the 6. Now there's so much customability, is that a word? Customization that you could get it wrong. You know, you could get it wrong. I don't think I will, though. I do want to be able to hit that jump shot in a 93. Come on, man. We're talking elite levels of three-point shot. I don't need a 90 mid, so I'm saying my mid-range, I'm going to keep it around 80 if right now. We may up it a little bit later. I want to see how many, like 16 shooting badges. Maybe we can get that a little bit higher. 18 shooting badges. I'll rock with 18 for right now. Now, second on my priority list after my shooting is my playmaking ability. So we putting both of those up to the max. And when it comes to pass accuracy, again, I do want to be a great playmaker, but I don't think you need a 93 pass accuracy in 2K. You feel me? I feel like you will be fine. I would be fine if I kept it around 80-ish. And then we got our defense, ladies and gentlemen. This is a crucial part. I do want to be a good defender. You think about all the great small forwards in the league right now. If I'm not a plus defender, then what am I out there for? Now, I can go all the way to 95 and get Clamps Hall of Fame, but I don't think I'm going to need Clamps Hall of Fame. I think I'll be fine with just having Clamps and being, again, I just want to be a good defender. I don't need to be Kawhi Leonard out there. You know, I'll settle for, I don't know, somebody worse than Kawhi, but still decent. What I'm thinking about it is I'm going to play primarily on the perimeter, right? So I don't need interior defense. I hope that my coach is not putting me as a small forward, power forward at the end of the day. At 6'7", I'm hoping I'm a small forward shooting guard. And having interior defense is not super important to me. If anything, my perimeter defense is going to be so good that I don't need interior defense because nobody's going to get past me. You know what I'm saying? So that's the way I'm thinking about it. And I don't think steals are super important either. I think if you press X in the pass lane at the right time, you're going to get a steal. 13 defensive badges don't seem like enough to me, but we'll come back to it as we get to our vitals. I do want all of this maxed out when it comes to the speed, when it comes to the acceleration, when it comes to the vertical. That's also important to me. I think they said 70 is where you can still get pretty decent, so I'll keep it at about 70. When it comes to the stamina, we maxing that out. Okay, now let's get up to the finishing. The least valuable thing to me, of course, I do want to be able to finish at the rim, but it's not super valuable. If I put his drive and layup to like 80, that still gives us, ooh, hold on. I mean, right now this is at zero badges, and I still would be able to do something like that. At 6'7", I'm not really thinking about standing dunk. I'm not thinking about putting people in the post. That's just not what I'm gonna do. But it would be better for my badges if I, How do I want to play this? I mean, a 90 drive and dunk there. So this is what I'm thinking, right? I still have some points left to spend. Right now we're looking at 20 shooting, 17 play, and 14 defensive. Again, I already told y'all why I don't think interior defense is going to be something I really care about too much. Same thing when it comes to the steals. I do believe that we'll be able to get steals. At the end of the day, even if we can't get steals, we can still be a plus defender without averaging steals. You know what I'm saying? So that's not super important to me. If I use this remaining points on shot close, I get 2 extra badges. If I use it on standing dunk, I get 7 extra badges. So I feel like we should be using it on standing dunk because we get more for our buck. Shot close is not super important either, because if I'm close, hopefully I'm getting a layup animation, and hopefully I'm getting a dunk animation, right? And you probably ask me, why don't I take away block and put it in steal? Well, if I put it into steal, it only goes up to 34, but if I put it all in block, it goes all the way up to 78. So I think this is the way we rock it, man. The only problem I have is that since my rebounding is so good, right, and my block is so good, my coach might try to run me at backup power or like some power forward minutes. And obviously, if I'm running power forward, this interior defense needs to be way higher than that. Way higher than that. But I think at the end of the day, this might be the way we rock it. Let me go over some things a little bit more, but this might be the final build. You know what? We're going to roll with the punches, right? We're an elite three-point shooter. We're a great playmaker. We're a great defender. And we're a decent finisher. We're fast. We're going to be able to stay on the court for a long time with that stamina. I'm happy with this build. I'm happy with the potential badge points too. I think we're good. Now the takeover. Okay. I'm surprised that we don't get playmaking takeovers, actually. But we get defensive takeovers? That's kind of, that doesn't make sense to me. I guess it doesn't matter. At the end of the day, we'll just take what we got. So let's figure out the shot creator badge, because that's why I'm kind of leaning. I want to be able to be a shot creator. I want to have some fun here in making people fall. So increase the likelihood of dropping defenders and making step backs and spin jumpers seems kind of cool. I don't know if it's the most effective badge that you would probably want, but I think it's one of the cooler ones. So you know what? We're going to pick that ankle breaking shots as number 1. And number 2, we're getting extreme clamps because it's not anything better than that. I think this is our build. Now, who will we be compared to? Two-way threat is the name of it. Gordon Hayward, Danny Granger, and Brandon Ingram. You know what? I'll take that at the end of the day. We're starting our career right here, right now. Actually, maybe not. We're going to keep it at just the creation for today's video. But my question to you is, how do you want this series to run? All of these cutscenes and stuff is something that was in previous 2K, so I don't want to go through with the cutscenes. What I'm thinking, and you let me know if you agree with this, I'll go through this high school circuit, and then once we get to the point where we have to decide the G League or college, is when I'll start to show y'all footage of all of that stuff, because this high school thing is, again, something we've already been through. Let me know what you think. Be sure to leave a like. Let's just have some fun this year, y'all. I'll see y'all soon. Peace.